Our guest today is no stranger to the spotlight. From national television to luxury show homes that give back in powerful ways, she has built a brand that's both glamorous and generous. Joining us today is Donna Moss, internationally recognized as a finalist on HGTV's Design Star Season 1 and host of her own HGTV series. It is a tongue twister for me. Donna Decorates Dallas, which ran for over 30 episodes across multiple seasons. Donna's built a reputation for creating stunning luxury show homes that not only showcase exceptional design, but also support charitable causes. Her passion for giving back has allowed her to merge philanthropy with design, raising significant funds for organizations such as A Wish with Wings, the Alzheimer's Association, near to my heart,
Mine too.
yep, and St. Jude Children's Research, which we're going to talk about during the show. In 2021, Donna became a published author with her coffee table book, Best of Show, further solidifying her influence in the luxury design space. She continues to lead custom residential projects and is currently partnering with fellow luxury builders in Dallas to raise over $1 million for St. Jude through an upcoming show home initiative. We'll put a link within the notes for your book,
Yay.
available on Amazon and everywhere else. So we are thrilled to welcome Donna Moss to the show today. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here today.
This is fantastic. So we actually were just at the ASID Symposium in Dallas
Yeah,
for the Student
yes,
Symposium.
student symposium.
We were on different panels at the time, but I really enjoyed listening to your panel and finding out kind of your background in it on how you got into the industry and what that focus turned into. So I thought it would be a perfect thing for our students
Oh,
and
yes.
emerging professionals to kind of hear that end of the design industry. So you built a career that spans television, luxury show homes, publisher, and the philanthropy, which is, again, near and dear to my heart on all of those. What did your early years in design look like?
Well, totally different than where I'm at now. So
Yeah.
this is what's so exciting about just the whole interior design industry. You can start out thinking you're going in one direction and then pivot into something totally unexpected. And for me, that really didn't happen till I was 50 years old.
Really?
So not only, I think encouraging for students, but women, especially at any age, we are so blessed to be able to have so many facets to the interior design community and industry that, starting out one way, yeah, I did. I thought I was going to be in fashion design. That's what I wanted to be.
Okay.
But then I got married, and my husband's family was in the construction building. His father down in Texas City would build small homes and stuff. So after we got married, we moved here to the Dallas area and started building just little cute homes. Nothing like we're doing today. And I just would do maybe the flooring or the wallpaper, or not full service design at all, because I did not go to school
Okay.
for interior design. In fact, I met my husband the first day of school, college,
Where did you go to college?
a small college in Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
I'm from Indiana. He's from Texas. We had both taken a year, or yeah, a year or two off of school after we graduated high school, and we both went to the same type of church, and so it was a small church affiliated school in Springfield, Missouri, just
Nice.
very random. And so we met the first day of school, kind of in the parking lot, started dating like the first week, started getting, I guess I kind of went for my MRS degree. I don't know.
That happens a lot in small
That
towns.
does happen a lot. Anyway, we clicked right away. I was actually engaged to somebody in my hometown.
Mm,
And I had
the
tried different
scandal.
things. Yes, it was very much so, because, right after high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to get out of Indiana.
Yeah.
Not that Indiana's bad. I
Yeah.
love it, but it's a little cold in the winter. It's very northern Indiana. But anyway, so a lot of my friends had gone to this school, and I had joined the Army for a short time.
Did you really?
I did.
I would not peg you for an Army
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back then in the 70s, you couldn't get many pictures, but I have one picture of me. My sister and I joined on the buddy plane, but that's a
That
whole
was
different.
like the whole Goldie Hawn,
Yeah,
right? What was that?
Private Benjamin was on TV the other day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to watch it again because I was before her. I mean, we joined the Army back in 1976, I believe.
That's amazing.
75 maybe. I graduated in 74. I'm really
Okay.
aging myself. I hate that. Can you cut that out of this? Anyway, so long story short, I had, done a couple different things, joined the Army, didn't like that.
So surprising.
And yeah, it was not the country club lifestyle I thought. But my sister and I, she talked me into it. She was a year older than me, and she's like, "We could do this. You could be a paratrooper, and I could be a air traffic controller." So we did. We went to recruiting station after recruiting station, trying to get those jobs together.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, that's a
I
whole other.
digress.
That's another
We'll
podcast.
have you back
We'll
in for
go
that
over
one.
that. Anyway,
We'll
so
both wear Army
yeah,
green for that one.
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so long story short, then I went to Missouri, met Paul. We got engaged before the end of the first semester,
Oh,
and
wow.
quit school. So he
Yeah.
went back to Texas. I went back to Indiana. We got married that summer. And so we've been married ever since 48 years, I think 49 years, 49
Amazing.
years this June.
Amazing. And how many homes have y'all built? Do you
Oh my
know?
gosh.
Like, do you even keep count?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we built so many homes, probably over 100,
Yeah.
maybe more.
South
I
Lake
don't know.
Dallas area. Right?
We started out first in Arlington,
Okay.
Fort Worth, Mira Vista area.
Yeah.
In fact, so that's kind of where I got my start in full service design because I'd always done the shell, just the shell. So
Right.
we had built our first $1 million home in Mira Vista, and this was like in 1995-ish.
Okay.
And so it was, pink was all the rage then. So I had done the whole master bathroom, even the tubs in pink marble.
Wow.
And I had designed the staircase. It had a kind of curved staircase. We had been to Hawaii and I'd seen, some cool,
Inspiration. Yeah.
inspiration. So it just was different. People weren't doing that. And my husband had been building homes at in the early 80s when I don't know, the economy was really bad here. And so he went to Palm Springs and built homes there
Okay.
and kind of came back with some other ideas with the curved, um, instead of the straight walls,
Oh, yeah.
the curve,
To put a name
I can't
on
even,
it.
yeah, I can't even think what that's called now. But
The
anyway, so he's,
the
uh,
rounded sheetrock
yes,
corners.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we were kind of the ones that started that here because nobody was doing it, but they were doing it in California. And so we got a lot of inspiration from that, from the California, Hawaii, different places. But so a realtor had seen the home that we had. It was a spec house,
The pink house.
the pink one.
Okay.
Yeah. And the master bedroom was upstairs. It was just so different. And so she had a builder that was she was connected with that was doing a kaleidoscope of homes.
Ah,
So he was doing basically a street of dreams in Mansfield, Texas,
okay.
and he was looking for a designer to do his home. And so she reached out and asked if I would be interested, and I'm like, "Sure," but
Right.
I've done my own houses, but I've never done furniture and wallpaper, drapery and the whole
Yeah. Everything.
thing. So I did it, and it was a 10,000 square foot house.
And you just dove in.
I worked day and night. I lost like 20 pounds. It was
Yeah.
wonderful. I would do it again. I mean,
Great
I'm
diet
doing
plan.
it again right now,
Yes, you are.
but I'm not losing any weight, so I don't know what happened there. But I remember driving through because I mean, it was me. It was just
Yeah.
me, and I would beat the trail every day to get everything was on loan, the furniture,
Okay. Did you rely
everything.
on Dallas Market then?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
And and local stores too,
Okay.
local department stores. But I remember driving through after an all-nighter there, kind of getting it ready, drive in and falling asleep in the drive-through.
Oh my
People
goodness.
honking me,
And you
waking up.
weren't even in college. This was a totally
No.
different experience.
So anyway, so I really got my start in doing show homes.
Okay.
But they weren't there was, there was a charity involved, but not like charities nowadays.
Not like, well,
Not
and not
like
like show homes
Yeah,
nowadays or drink
not at
streets
all.
nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. So, just recently, a few years ago, we did a traditional home magazine show house
That
in
was the
South
first
Lake.
one I went to with you
Oh,
over in
okay.
Bestwick Hill,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, it
That was
was
really
incredible.
exciting because Traditional Home was looking for a designer builder team
Mhm.
to do that. Was their first ever too, just kind of like
Oh, really?
the St. Jude.
Yeah.
But Traditional Home had never come to Texas before, so they reached out to us. They said, "Come to our um, what's the end at the end of Long Island, the Hamptons." They were
Oh,
doing a traditional home show house in the Hamptons, and they said, "Come out, meet our people, come see what it's all about, see if you're interested in doing
mhm.
it." And of course, it was fabulous.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
it was
How could it
amazing.
not be? Yeah.
And they had, tons of different designers doing a lot of different
To
spaces.
contribute. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, that was really the first time that it connected that, you didn't have to do it all yourself. Bring in others.
Right.
So and that's what we did. We brought in for the South Lake Home with
That's
Traditional
right.
Home Magazine, I think we had 30 different groups of designers. It was like herding cats.
Were they sharing rooms then?
Some of them were
Little.
teams
Okay.
of, like, maybe I think Blueprint had, like, several girls doing
Okay.
it, but, yeah, they would do a hallway, or they would
Yes.
do a little niche somewhere or something, and we couldn't get them all big rooms, but
Was Ruthie on that house?
she was.
So she was in, I think it was an IDS meeting, maybe when she released her book
Mm,
or something. And talking to her afterwards, I'm like, how did you even get involved? And I think it was Ruthie that said, I literally was like, can I bring coffee? I just want to be a part of it. How
that's
can I get involved?
exactly, yeah.
And maybe she got a hallway. Like,
Yes,
that's incredible.
she did. She got it wasn't even a hallway, it was a connection between 2 hallways, but it was
But you
large,
get for
so
coffee. That's amazing.
yeah, she met me at the show house one day, and she's like, "I'll do anything." And,
Yeah.
we'd already pretty much selected because Traditional Home had their group that they wanted to represent that, were advertisers, things like that, and then I had my group, so we kinda split up.
Right.
So I was able to select, quite a few designers from the area, local ones. And so she came up one day and I said, "Let me see if I can, find something for you." And so I did. I found a hello, and it turned out so
That's amazing.
cute.
Yes.
So cute.
So that kitchen still is like yesterday in my mind. The kitchen and the porch upstairs, the
Oh,
covered
yeah.
patio area.
Yeah. That was also an HGTV connection. The
Okay.
patio, the girl that did that, Miles of Style, what was her name? But she had a show like right a couple either years before or after I did. So
Okay.
she was one of the ones I brought in that was not a local. She
Yeah,
was, I don't know where she was from, but
which was great. Yeah,
yeah,
that was a
but yeah.
fabulous.
And it was funny because that's a whole other story too, because some of the designers did not click. And the designer that
Mm,
was in the room that led to her um, outdoor space
yeah.
would cut her off so she couldn't get in and, just do things that,
Oh, designers
like
aren't catty at
designers.
all.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. That's such a weird statement.
yeah.
You just made just
It was yeah. But it was interesting, all the different styles and the people, and the
well,
thing is they had to, present their
yeah,
design ideas
the
to
concept,
Paul and I, and we had to approve it or not approve it,
right?
and, it was still crazy.
So I think it's very different now. We've had so many show homes in the area and Kips Bay and all that that I know that the designers out there are working very closely together,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
those things do not happen anymore.
Never,
Never.
never, never. But we're, really with this Street of Dreams that we're doing, and it's actually called St. Jude Showplace Homes. Um, the 5 builders
Hmm.
and the designers, we all are like best friends.
I love that.
And, when I first got in the industry, it was not like that at all. There was, I mean, you still have your catty ones now and then, but
Right.
I feel like we've grown as a whole,
Absolutely.
after Design Star, when, and I don't know what it was, not just Design Star, but, um, it's like I felt like the designers didn't want to have anything to do with me. It was like
Like you're
like,
untouchable now.
well, like, I really I think there was just a disconnect in designers, and they felt like everybody was their enemy. They
Mhm.
couldn't share ideas.
Right.
They couldn't work together because she might steal my client or she might do this or that. But it's different now. It really is.
I
It's like,
feel like there was a time when people thought that they could actually do all of the business. Like,
yes,
there's
yes,
just so much that, can be done out there that we
yeah,
can't all get to it.
yeah, no.
So,
And that's what I
community
like.
over competition
That's right.
is huge here.
It's that's so true.
Yeah,
And just collaborating helps me grow as an individual and you grow as an individual,
absolutely.
two heads are better than one.
Yeah,
So I was gonna say two hands, but I think it's heads.
only for girls, not
Yeah,
boys. Doesn't
yeah.
work for the
True,
men,
true,
just the
true.
women. So, is there a design trend that you just secretly love that maybe you sneak into each one of these houses that you don't care if somebody loves it? This is Donna's.
It's the sparkle.
I
You
thought that
know,
might be
you
what
knew
you had
that
in
was
your mouth
gonna
right
happen.
now. Just a
I
little bit of glam.
a little bit. I have toned it down, and back in the day with Design Star and Donna Decorates Dallas. Of course, it was all old world and
Right,
heavy stuff,
Tuscan.
but still, the sparkle was important. Now it's my design aesthetic is more modern and
Yeah,
simple,
just
but
a cleaner
still,
glam.
yeah, still a little bit of sparkle. And sometimes you don't even notice it that there's a sparkle, like in the ceiling of the master bedroom in I'm sorry, primary
Right.
bedroom.
Primary bedroom.
The ceiling, I had, them do this special finish, and it has a sparkle in it, but it's tone on tone, and you can't even see it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
you know it's there. Like,
"I
your
know
touch
it's
is in that room.
right. I
Yeah.
know it's there." And, we did the necklace chandeliers in the bedroom,
Oh,
so it doesn't put a
such a
whole lot
fan.
of light
Yeah,
on the ceiling, so,
yeah.
but that's okay. It's
Emanates a
okay.
little bit of
Yeah,
a little glisten up
yeah,
there. I
but
can't wait to see it.
you'll see sparkle when you
Yeah.
walk in the
Oh,
house.
yeah. I would be very disappointed if I didn't, let's be honest. So how did being on, Design Star and HGTV in general, how did that change your career?
Oh, it kickstarted in a whole way, that I never in a million years imagined. Because with the show homes, that got me known locally.
Right.
People because I did the builder's home that year, and then we won a lot of awards, so he asked me to do it again the next year. And so I think I did the kaleidoscope like 3 years in a row. So I was known here
Right.
because of that.
Right.
But then it was just so random that I even got on Design Star. I still like it was like a God thing because it was not anything I had ever really thought about doing. My
Right.
sister called me from Florida and said, "Hey, I just saw this commercial on TV. They're looking for designers to be on the new television show. It's a new thing, kind of a reality show." Reality shows weren't even a thing
Right.
then.
It had not kicked off at all. Yeah.
So I had no idea what I was getting
Yeah.
into. But I was a flight attendant for almost 30 years, or
Okay.
no, I over 30 years
Okay.
actually. So I started my design business and flying at the same time, which was good because at the time the airlines was hiring a lot. So my
Yeah.
seniority went way, way, way up really, really
Quickly.
quick. So I could hold really good trips and get rid of them. People would pay me to do my trips.
Oh, well, that's brilliant. I didn't
At the
even know there was
beginning,
that
yeah,
side of
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. So I would just get rid of all my trips,
Yeah.
and so my husband's
Cashing
like,
in.
"You were," I just figure a way to work without working,
Right.
but it was
That's brilliant. That's good
yeah.
advice to everybody listening and
Every
watching
student
today.
out there, work without working.
Yeah.
It's great. But I was able to keep my insurance, unlimited travel. We traveled all over the world for
Yeah.
free, got
And you're
hotels for nothing.
making money
Yeah, so
because you're swapping trips for
yeah,
cash.
I'm getting rid of trips because I'm holding weekend trips, what everybody wants, and,
She's a broker.
yeah, there was actually brokers that would do that for you.
Really?
Yes, uh-huh.
No
Yeah, so we
idea.
you would just tell them what you're wanting to get rid of or what you wanting to pick up, and they would charge you a fee to sell your trips or get rid of them. And, so yeah, it was great because I had the best of both worlds.
So if design
And,
doesn't work out for anybody listening and they want to go into flight attendant, we've just given them a great little
yes,
nugget of advice.
yes and no, because
A
it's
whole
not that
nother
way.
category.
It's not that way anymore.
Okay, you can't do that.
Things have changed in the airline
They cleaned it
industry.
up.
Yes.
So you can't.
They just made it so that you can't I don't know, but I did. I was there for 30 years, and it was great fun, and it really helped me with my television career because when I found out about Design Star,
Mhm.
I think it was like on a Tuesday, Wednesday, the deadline to get your tape in. And back then it was video, I mean, tapes.
Right,
Yeah, you had to get a big camera.
right.
They had to
And
do all
mail,
this.
yeah, overnight it
And
or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I had to get it there by Friday. So I called a friend that, had a camera that was in the business. I said, come tape me. I don't know what I'm going to do, but just tape, come over. I'm going to put this together. So I just did a fun little video. That I don't know what the first one was. It was just like, oh, I had to go to some of my projects, and I'd just done a church, a lobby of a church in Arlington that was the size of 2 football fields.
Oh,
So we
wow.
taped a little bit over there.
Yeah.
I borrowed a friend's, like, it was a pickup truck. It was like a old Model
Yeah,
T
the
kind.
really cute ones everybody wants to
Yeah,
buy.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I borrowed that, and that was in the video. And I actually called my sister, who was also a flight attendant. I said, "Okay, you got me into this. You're going to meet me in New York, which is where the production company was, and we're going to have a week in New York. But I'm going to drop off my tape at the production company
Ah,
because I have to get it there by Friday, and I'm afraid they'll lose it if blah
yeah.
blah blah." So we both flew
Hand
to New
deliver.
York. I took it, dropped it off at the front desk. We had a great weekend, and that was it. Well, in about a week, I heard from them, and they're like, "We loved your tape. We need something more fun. Can you do something by, like,
Right,
2 days later?"
instantaneously.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to just
So
fly that up to New
yeah.
York as well.
So I lived in a Dalworthington Gardens, which is a little village inside of Arlington. We have our own little police
Okay.
department. I don't live there anymore, but I did at the time, and so I called the police department. I said, "Can I borrow a police officer?" So I had a convertible, and I had a little Yorkie dog. And so I had my friend come and videotape me. And I ran in the house in my high heels and my fur. And I told Paul, my husband, I said, and we're filming this.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a diva. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's this new show coming on TV, on HGTV, and I got to watch it, but I've got to walk the dog. So just make sure you're not watching something, like that
Right,
when I get back. So I ran in the house, I got my dog, I jumped in the convertible. So I had the policeman there to give me a ticket,
yeah.
give me a
Pull
tow
you over.
ticket, like,
Yeah.
"Mrs. Moss, you cannot walk your dog like this." And I'm like, "But I'm in high heels and I'm in a hurry. There's the show." And I
Oh,
said
cute.
"Oh, by the way, do you watch HGTV?" And he's like, "No." And I said, "Well, you should because I'm gonna be on it." And so that was my
Oh,
thing.
I love it.
And
Yeah,
so this time I took my husband. I said, "We're flying back to New
yeah,
York." And I went in and I introduced myself this time. I'm like, "I'm Donna Moss, and asked me for another tape." And I get the girls' names. They gave me a tour of the production company.
yeah.
It was not HGTV, but it was the
Right.
production company that was filming.
Yeah.
And so,
Amazing. And then
yeah,
they met you and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you have to
yeah,
be on our show."
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
great personality, fun, spunky,
yeah.
sparkly,
And
all the things.
I show up. There were other things
Yeah,
that I had to go through.
yeah.
Like they would call me randomly and say, "Hey, can you get like this 40 by 50 size picture of a room you did?" And I would just do it.
Sure,
I'd go to the print
sure.
shop and just random stuff.
Yeah,
And so I think they just wanted to see if I would, do a thing. So,
very nice.
and then it's on Design Star. We lived in New York for
Yeah.
6 weeks, did different projects. Someone got eliminated every Friday. I
Yeah,
got
it's not
eliminated at
stressful at all.
4 in the morning on Easter Sunday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So Easter's never been the same since
That was
Design Star.
that was the best day of my life because I was out of 10 of us, I was the 5th one eliminated, and it was horrible.
Oh,
I mean, uh, it was
just
just
devastating.
living in
It
a
just,
small little townhome in the
yeah,
Upper East Side of New York sounds glamorous, but not when it's 10 designers all trying to kill each
yes,
other and live together,
yeah.
5
A little
guys, 5
backstabbing.
girls, and
Yeah.
we're all sharing the same bathroom.
Oh my goodness.
It was worse than the Army. It was worse than boot camp, but,
So, if you were starting over today as a design student, for those that are listening, is there something that you would have focused on differently? Of course, you didn't know where your career was going to take you once you actually evolved into design. But knowing what you do now about show homes, working with multiple designers, working with a contractor, producers, is there an end of I don't even want to say class because it's not that simple, right? But a direction that you might recommend to students if they want to go into a career that has media and production in it, but
Well,
something that maybe you were missing that
yeah,
could help
the
guide.
main thing for me that's been missing my
Mhm.
entire career, I'm I'm not business minded.
Mm,
And I think a lot of designers are like that. We love to create, but we don't know how to sit down and, you know, calculate our books or whatever. So the thing I would recommend to any student out there is get a good business degree. Know your numbers, because I mean, the way we charge and the things we do is not normal. It's not like a
right,
9 to 5 job.
right,
So a business degree or find somebody to, work for you that you can trust
right.
and stuff. But
And I think as you're working your way up during through different firms or whatever, as you start out and you gain experience,
yeah,
to not discount the fact that you need all of that business side if you plan to go out on your own,
yes, yes.
because it
'Cause I mean,
takes up more time than the creative end.
it does, and you don't
Yeah.
want to waste your time on that. You
Yeah,
want
that's not fun. That's not why we did it wasn't in the brochure, but you have to,
no,
it's just part
yeah,
of it. It
yeah.
is a part of it.
But having, a good business foundation, because you can get all the design jobs in the world, but then still not make money if
Yeah,
you're not, taking care of that end of the business too.
yeah. So for students who want their careers to have meaning beyond aesthetics, because you do a lot of philanthropy, what advice would you give them? What's a good way for them to step in with some of these organizations?
I would say just never don't say no, even if it's a project that you don't have any experience at, or maybe you're like, no, this is beneath me. You just never know when you're going to walk through that door and just the most incredible opportunity, and it could take you. I mean, I turned 50 on Design Star,
Mm.
so, and if I hadn't taken that step, I could have, my sister could have told me about the, show that she saw and that was going to happen on TV, and I could have just blown it off.
Right.
But don't hesitate to do things that you think maybe are out of your realm, because there's so many opportunities in design. I love the fact that I do a lot of show homes because, we're so blessed, especially here in Texas. As a designer, we've got a lot of opportunities, but finding that opportunity that also allows you to give back. For the Alzheimer's Association, when we
Yeah.
did the traditional home show house, we raised over $90,000
It's amazing.
for Alzheimer's
Alzheimer's in
Association.
a very short period of time
Yes,
that home was open.
yes,
Yeah.
just a month,
Yeah.
just like St. Jude, it'll be open a month, and we've
Yeah.
already, between the 5 builders, there's gonna be 5, there is 5 homes
Yeah.
in this Street of Dreams, which is the Showplace Homes, that'll open March the 6th. 5 builders collectively have raised $1,000,000
Already.
for St. Jude,
That's
yes.
incredible.
The touring will be free, so that's, gonna be wonderful for
Okay.
people going through. They're, of course, welcome
To
to
donate.
donate more.
Absolutely.
They can go to the Beckett Graham, which is our construction company, Beckett Graham link, and I have it up every once in a while on my Instagram. I'll be putting it up more, but you can give directly to St. Jude
Okay.
through our Beckett Graham account, and, we don't see a dime of it. It goes straight to
Yeah, straight on
him.
through.
So besides the $1,000,000, that's how we'll raise more money
That's amazing.
for St. Jude,
And what an
and
incredible organization
it is.
to
I mean,
raise for.
those children don't pay for housing, they don't,
Their
or
families
their
don't pay
families,
for anything. Yeah.
food, transportation.
Yeah.
When they're able to go back home, they set them up in whatever city they're from with doctors and hospitals so they can continue their
Treatments.
treatment.
Yeah.
And it's really cool too because each one of the 5 houses, we have what we call a team captain. So that's either a former or current patient of St. Jude. And our girl is Kinsey. She's in remission, cancer, and I think she's training to be a nurse,
How old
and
is she?
she's, I want to say, 17
Okay.
ish, 19
Yeah.
ish, and they each choose an emblem. We have a little pin that I have on my hat
Okay,
that says,
yes, I saw
ours
it
is
on
an
Instagram.
eagle, ours
Okay,
is an eagle,
okay,
and her color is purple. So we have a, um, a room dedicated to Kinsey,
nice.
and it's the Chanel room. So it's got a
Of
really
course.
pretty purple shade of blue, and what not blue, purple. Um, and what I did too is I collaborated with Heritage School of Interior Design
Yes,
to do the upstairs. So what I did is we picked 5 of their top students to each do a space upstairs.
incredible.
And so we gave them each a mentor. I'm like the mentor client, um, client from hell for
Right.
some of those poor students.
This
Those
is true, client
they're getting real
face-to-face
life experience.
relationship.
Yeah, it's like when I got my presentation, most of them I loved, and we tweaked them, and
Yeah,
one of them in particular I didn't love so much, and so we changed it, and we changed it, and we changed it, and we changed it,
yeah, yeah.
and
Which is a great for those
yeah,
students. It's a great
yeah,
learning
because
process.
what they have to understand is they're not designing these rooms for themselves.
Right,
They're designing them for the client, who in
right.
this case is me.
Yeah,
And me also
would be a
being a
tough sell.
designer,
Yeah,
I make changes and then I forget to tell them I made these changes. So some of them might be surprised when they come in the house that, their room
it's
wasn't
been altered just
exactly,
a little bit. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But it's been a fun process. And Kim Bailey's, I brought her into several of my show home projects,
yeah.
and she's just been a great friend in the
She's been
school.
on the show.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, we've
Did
had a
she?
chat with her.
Okay,
It'll come
she's
out
amazing.
shortly. Yeah, what she's
So,
doing is incredible. So I love that you guys have done a partnership, and what a way for you to give back as a designer to all those people, and here locally. I know it's an
yeah.
inspiration for a lot of people that want to participate and find ways to give back. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing your story with
Oh,
us today.
welcome.
This
You're
was
welcome.
fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. I love you. I love
Thank
what you do
thank you.
too. And this podcast, I think, is really going to be an inspiration for a lot of students out there.
I hope so.
Because, just like with what I'm doing, giving them the real life experience, and then you're kind of giving them the real life experience through our stories.
And different pathways that
Yeah.
they can take within the
Yeah.
industry. So
Yeah.
it'll be fantastic. Well, we'll check back in with you after St. Jude.
Okay.
Maybe have a little chat, or we'll go on site and chat about it and take some
Awesome.
video. Yeah.
Well, it starts March the 6th. It's every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Okay.
through the month of March. And some of the vendors that are participating, and we have so many amazing vendors, they'll be doing little events on
Yeah.
the days we're not touring. So
And this is
it's
in South Lake, Texas.
South Lake,
Yep.
Texas,
In
Carolina
Carolina.
Park,
Yep.
and yeah, it's 5 amazing homes. It's a French kind of community,
Yeah.
the exteriors of the homes, but the interiors, our house is modern,
Yeah. They
very modern.
range.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
range for sure.
Ours is, we're kind of thinking we want to keep it in the realm of what we do as
Right.
builder designers.
Right.
Our house is not like going to be, if you're expecting Kips Bay, that's not what we're doing. We're keeping it a little more low key, but I own an art gallery too.
Yes. Blown
So,
away.
yes. So
Which is
so
phenomenal.
so we have the high-end hair salon, which is blown away.
Yes.
It's a 10,000 square foot building here in South Lake that's also a little boutique that I own,
Mhm.
and inside of it, because we designed it kind of maze-like,
Yes.
so it's an art gallery, and every year I change who the gallerist is.
Mhm.
Different art, different artist.
Love that.
So we pulled from our personal artist. Every room has custom art, maybe just one piece, maybe the whole room, but I think we've got some fun, unique art
You
going
do.
on.
My hairdresser used to be in there.
Oh, okay.
And I loved wandering the hallways and seeing who, what the
Yeah,
art was at the time. It's like, I'm like, she's brilliant. This is such a brilliant concept where, our hair is processing and we're walking around an art gallery. It was
come,
just,
I didn't know that you've been out
I
there.
know, I know. Well, my hairdresser retired to go take care of her mama. So I haven't
Oh,
been over there in a
we
while,
have
but
a bunch of great ones. We
yeah,
have 35
I
different
know.
vendors out there.
It's a great space.
Botox, you name it. They do
We have it all.
it.
Well, thank you so much for your time
Well,
today.
thank you
Yeah.
again.
Look forward to
And
checking in with you a little bit down the road.
okay, love
Thanks.
you.
Love you too.